The first race of 2022 will be a data-feeding frenzy. Bahrain features 3 DRS zones, 4 hard braking zones, winding elevation changes, and high-speed turns. One of these track features is the secret to winning not only in Bahrain, but the first half of the entire season. Welcome to Formula Whiplash, and in this episode I'll be explaining why the first race of 2022 may surprise you. Okay, so here's how Bahrain is set up. Okay, so I do race with the racing light on and the pit lane assist, but those are the only assists I use. Everything else, there's no traction control, there's no analog brakes going on here. As the lights go out here, you'll see Bahrain's starting line is just far enough from the very tight turn one that drivers with a good start can gain speed and dive bomb their way into better positions. In fact, you'll see this happen throughout the race here. It's actually a great turn for overtaking, and the chicane that follows is also great for counterattacks. And after going through turn 4, you'll see the cars making their way through some high-speed turns and a couple of hard braking zones. They'll finally reach the 3rd DRS zone. At the end of this zone, there's an elevation change with a high-speed turn followed by a long straightaway before heading into the final corner. So we'll see the elevation change here, light braking zone here, going into a long straight, and one more turn before the approach to the next DRS zone, which will cross the finish line. We'll see very, very competitive racing on the high-speed turns in Bahrain. Bahrain is a 2-stop race, so teams will have their options for different tire strategies. But the big points grab here lies in the high-speed cornering data. That's where the money's made. As Max Verstappen says, high-speed turns are where an F1 car really stands out, and Bahrain has just enough high-speed turns to expose the strengths and weaknesses of the new 22 car. And the following race in Saudi Arabia is nothing but high-speed turns. We keep hearing how these new car regulations are going to make racing closer. Bahrain's going to expose that. Now, it will take some time for teams to get this right, even with the analytical tools at their disposal. Teams that get this dialed in before or during the race in Bahrain will be significantly more successful in the following race in Saudi Arabia. This means it's not just the first race, but the first 2 races that are clutch in getting points. Success in the first race means success in the second race. It's not just the first race that's going to win you points, it's both. Engineers, the drivers, the pit crew, everyone and their dog is going to be sucking as much data as possible in this first race because it'll be the first time these cars are going to be put under actual race conditions. As we've been told time and time again, there's been a drastic change in regulations, so it will take some time for some of these teams to analyze all this data that's coming in. Not only the data, but also the driver feedback. This will be the first time they're being exposed to all these conditions in this car. If you can unlock the secret to high-speed cornering in Bahrain, you unlock the entire track in Saudi Arabia. That's the first 2 races of the entire season. That's how you want to start. Just like you guys, I'm super stoked for the first race. It's going to be a fun one. I'm so looking forward to it. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.